Hello, everyone, and how is everyone doing today? It is time, it is time, it is time, it is time for our 30 days of visibility, and we are on day 28. We are on day 28, and it is called the weekend wrap. Okay, weekend wrap. Okay, weekend wrap up. Okay, we on a weekend wrap up, and we are focused on faith, focus, and finishing strong. Okay, faith, focus, and finishing strong. Okay, hello, my name is Sharice N. Johnson Moore, and I am the owner of Sharice N. Johnson Moore LLC. I am a publishing consultant and visibility coach, and today, I want to help authors, equip authors. Okay, equip authors, entrepreneurs, ministry leaders to build faith aligned visibility, remain focused on your assignment, and finish what God has called them to start. Okay, I equip authors, entrepreneurs, ministry leaders to build faith aligned visibility, remain focused on their assignment, and finish what God has called them to start. Okay, I am so happy that we are here. We are here. We are here. We here. Okay, we are here, and it is so important for us to get into what is really this weekend wrap up. Okay, so as we approach, we got like 3 more days in the month, right? We got 3 more days in the month, and we must walk into this new year having new vision, new ways of thinking, new inspiration, new perspectives. And I hope that these 30 days, well, there'll be 31 days, these 30 days of visibility plus the one, will inspire you to think about different ways of bringing visibility to your business, whether you're an entrepreneur, author, ministry leader, creative, and I wanted to say that it is my pleasure to bring you this information that I plan on teaching during a course of a year, right? So, you know, and I want to, let you know that you are not alone. You are not alone. You are here for a purpose, and your words matter. Your your business matter. Okay, no matter what genre your entrepreneurship journey is in, it matters because somebody needs what you have. Somebody needs what you are offering to the public. Someone needs that. Another business needs that. Another ministry leader needs that. Another author needs that. Whatever that thing that God has called you to do, somebody needs you. Okay. All right. So don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. Okay. No, as we approach the final stretch of this journey today, is about reflection, refueling, and refocusing. Okay. Visibility requires faith to begin, focus to continue, and discipline to finish strong. Let's so I want to say let's get in. Let's talk about how to stay aligned and committed as we close out these final days. Okay, as we close out these final days. All right. So we're gonna get into this number one. Number one is faith keeps you anchored when momentum wavers. Faith keeps you anchored when momentum wavers. I know all too well about this one because we can have faith 1 minute. We can have faith. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. We're all motivated. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna write this down, and I'm gonna, and sometimes our faith is we have the idea in our head, but sometimes we get stuck in the process of the creation mode. Okay, where you're building a platform or you're building a new product or service, and we're writing down, we're writing it down, making it plain, but we keep finding stuff that, how could I say, we keep finding stuff that we think we need to correct, and we're stuck in that creation mode. Okay, and you know, and The faith is there, it's there to remind us we have a journey, we have a assignment to do. Faith keeps you anchored when momentum wavers. Sometimes we can have that momentum. We start off strong and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And then we telling everybody what we're gonna do and things of that nature. And then sometimes you be like, well, we get in our heads, we get in our heads, we get in our heads, we get in our heads that no one is paying attention to us. We're so busy looking at numbers. We're looking at, well, everybody is supposed to like what I do. Okay, now I'm gonna say this with an honest face. I used to have that mindset too, that everybody's gonna flock to me when I present this offer, right? And what I have learned over the years, especially in this last year, I have learned that faith reminds you that visibility is an assignment, not a performance. Okay? Faith reminds you that visibility is an assignment and not a performance. Okay? And I had to look at visibility totally different from my business this year. Has anybody ever had to look at their business and what they were doing to be, uh, you know, to remind yourself that this is an assignment and not to be not it's not about performance and not about sometimes it's not about the numbers, it's about presenting what you have. Just the presentation is what really matters. The presentation, you're there, you stepped out on faith, and this is the calling that God has asked you to do. And when engagement drops or fatigue sets in, faith keeps you rooted in purpose instead of results. Okay. When engagement drops or fatigue sets in, yes, we start something and then we'll fade off. We'll start something and we'll be like, oh, I don't feel like doing it today. I had to fight that a lot during this 30-day visibility. Okay. It was days where um it was days where I would get up and be like, my mindset wasn't focused. I didn't get up focused. I would say, okay, I'll put this off, and now it's been twice in this series that I have decided to forego that day and do it the next day and do two that next day, to make up one I missed. But I realized something. I had to lead by example. I had to lead by example. And I was so busy looking at numbers, and I was looking at, things that is anybody watching? Is anybody paying attention? Is anybody gonna come in? Is anybody gonna like the live? Is anybody gonna show up for the live? And I had to realize I had to stop worrying about all that and just do the assignment. I had to show up. I had to show up. I had to put the engagement and the fatigue out of my head. I had to come and keep my assignment. God said, okay, do this 30-day visibility. Go ahead and get him this. And don't worry about the rest. Because what I had to remind myself was this is my assignment. And it's not for, it's yeah, you're gonna feel some type of way when people don't show up or people don't support. But hey, you're still being obedient. Obedient is still effective, even when it's quiet, when you're getting crickets. Okay. I was looking at my channel today, right? I give you this sample. I was looking at my channel today. And I was looking at my analytics for my YouTube channel. And I was like, they're watching. Even though they may not show up in the live, they are watching because I'm looking at these numbers. Okay, how many times this video been watched? How many times this clip been watched? How many times? I'm looking, and they're watching, but just not when I'm on. So no matter what it looked like here on this screen here in front of me, where there's no one in this broadcast, I'm still gonna do this broadcast because obedience is still effective. Because later on down the road, it will show results. It'll show later. Sometimes we don't get. That's another thing about business. Sometimes everything ain't. Sometimes we want things to be right now. We want it right now. Okay, we got. I gotta have results right now. I got. They're gonna like me. They supposed to like me. I've seen people get on social media like that, and they're mad because no one is coming into their broadcast, and they're showing that through how they're speaking in their video, right? And who wants to see? I'm gonna say this. This is one thing I've learned this year is to speak up. Okay, who wants to see an angry presenter? I don't. A video like that will turn me off in a minute. So I, I don't. I come in with the spirit of excellence. I come in. You come in with the spirit of excellence. You come in, do your presentation. If no one shows up, you are obedient to the assignment that God gave you. Okay, obedience is still effective even when it's quiet. When you got crickets. Okay, so keep up the good work. That's what my word for you today is. Keep up the good work, no matter if it's quiet in the room or it's 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 or however that's in your broadcast. No matter what platform you own, keep making it do what it do. Okay, for you. All right, because you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. Okay. Number two, focus protects you from distraction. Focus protects you from distractions. Okay. As visibility grows, distractions increase. Okay. I'll give you an example. Um, okay, I have a lot on my plate, right? I have a lot on my plate as an entrepreneur. I wear many hats, right? And right now I got some projects going on that that correlate with me moving into the new year with my visibility for my business, right? But it is some other assignments that God has given me that I must attend to in between what I had planned, what me and God got planned, excuse me, what me and God had planned, then what's what me and God got planned besides the other stuff that God has placed me to help other people in this journey, right? Because right now I am helping someone develop their YouTube channel. I am helping someone with their flyers for the events, things like that. And I also got to tend to, I got to tend to a live in client I have. I have a client right now. I'm still a certified nurse assistant. So I still do that on the side, okay? Um, and I still have to tend to my patients' needs, right? And then I have to, I got a newsletter, I got a podcast, I got, advertising, I got to send out letters, emails, people, meeting new people, introducing them, and also making all of the background, like my flyers and things like, and that is very time consuming, right? And sometimes those things run into each other. They run. They run. Sometimes because I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I will put stuff off till tomorrow, where I know I could do it today because I want to play my video game. Hey, this is the year honesty with me. I can I sometimes want to give my brain a break, and I force myself to relax by playing my solitaire game on my tablet at night. Okay. My day is over with, or sometimes I will take a break in the middle of the day. I always take a nap. Okay. I take naps. Okay. Because sometimes I get up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Okay. And when I get up, I'm ready to do my business. I'm ready to go ahead. Some days, if I get up like that, like this morning, I give you the example of I was tired. I was drained at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was drained. I got up and I was like, why am I up? So this is what I did. I started having a conversation with God at that time of the morning. Whenever He wake me up, I have a conversation with the Lord. Okay. So And then after I had that comment, now I feel better about my day. I feel better about getting out the bed. I feel better about what I'm about to do. Because sometimes we got to get out of old habits. Old habits. That was an old habit of mine where I would procrastinate, I would put stuff off, I would delay it, mess around and shuck and jive. Okay, shuck and jive. And I realized one thing: if I wanted better, I had to do better. So I had to change my mindset or the way I had to do things. And what I first I had to get my mind right, my mindset right, right? So as visibility grows, distractions increase. And sometimes some people places and things come to me, and um I was trying to do everything. I was trying to do everything for everybody, and I had to realize I had to say no. No, or just one thing I implemented this year was I had to ask God, should I do it first? Okay, in order to alleviate the distractions that were coming at me. I had to talk to God first about things. That's one thing that kept me from overloading my plate. Because everything that's thrown at you ain't for you. Okay, everything that's thrown at you or presented to you is not for you. So discuss it with God first. Okay, now focus ensures you don't abandon your message, your mission, or your audience chasing what looks easier or louder. Okay, focus ensures you don't abandon your message, your mission, or audience chasing what looks easier or louder. Okay, what I mean by that is, I give you an example. I had to cut back on looking at everybody else's stuff and trying to join everybody's audience. Okay, join their audience means, say, TikTok. Right now, I'm going to do TikTok. I'm going to do go deep into TikTok and get into that. And I had to learn how could I say this? Join everybody's lives. Join everybody live. Everybody's doing a live on TikTok, okay? But I had to learn, and it is, well, that is geared towards TikTok is geared towards spending money. When you go into someone's room, you spend money or you spend hearts, or if you want to do that. But after a while, it becomes very addictive for people that like to spend money. Okay, and I had to learn I can't follow and spend money with everybody I'm on that following them. Okay, I got 3 people I follow now. I had to control. I had to get under control with how I was spending my money on TikTok. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I had to boil it down from trying to follow everybody. I was fine. I was trying. I had reached almost 10 people within a time frame of the first 2 weeks I was on TikTok. I started using it, right? And I had to realize I had to take myself under control and stop chasing everybody that was on that app. Okay. I had to stick with 3 people. Three. I just got 3 people, right? So that has made me understand, well, how I had to take myself under subjugation. Okay. Okay. So, and audience chasing what looks easy or louder, who was doing the most and who was doing this and who was I had to fix my mind and say, okay, maybe I need to learn about TikTok. find someone that um that find someone that is really good at teaching me how to use TikTok. Okay, find one person and just go with that one person. Okay, because everybody named mama want to teach you how to use TikTok. Okay, but I had to find one person. And I had to strategize that. Okay, the strategy is revisit your why before reacting to every opportunity. I've been, I have been approached by many people this year, and um, a lot of them required investments, right? And investments were not small. They were not small. They weren't small. So I had to understand. I said, if I want to be a part of this, I have to wait to do this next year. I have to wait to save up the money for this for next year and put this into my calendar for next year. Okay. So everything that was presented to me, I had to say no. And is it benefiting my business? Is it going to bring me the visibility that I need for what I'm doing in my business? I had to ask myself these questions because I used to be one of them people, oh yeah, I'll do this, okay, I'll do this, and then wind up be like drained, tired, stressed out about money, if it required investment, things of that nature. Okay. So give yourself that, is it benefiting my business? Is it going to benefit my business? Is it going to benefit me in a way that it takes my business to another level? That's what I had to ask myself when those opportunities were presented to me. Okay. Number three, finishing strong requires intentional energy management breakdown. Oh my God. Okay. So finishing strong requires intentional energy management. Means burnout doesn't mean you're weak. Burnout does not mean that you are weak. Okay? It means you've been carrying too much without refilling. That means you've been emptying your cup. My coffee cup is crossed over there by the coffee maker. But I'm gonna give you an example. You got a cup of coffee, right? And you're drinking this coffee, and the drinking the coffee is the analogy of you're pouring into other people. You're pouring into other people. You're pouring, and then before you know it, you have not even gone back to fill up your coffee cup with what you need. You're so busy doing for others that you do not refill your own cup with what you need. Me and my friend, I want to give a shout out to Jeffrey. Um, let me see. Okay. Cause I was thinking about him. Okay, my friend Jeffrey. Me and my friend Jeffrey. Hey Jeffrey, how you doing? Getting you a shout out. Shout out to Jeffrey Mims. Okay. And he's a good friend of mine, and he is a sponsor of this broadcast. He's become a sponsor of this broadcast. So I want to say hello, Jeffrey Mims. How are you today? In the middle of all this talking. Okay. So hey Jeff. Me and Jeff was talking about this other day about how we turn around and we so busy doing for others, loving on others, giving them what they need and stuff, and our cups are becoming empty. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Okay, finishing strong means pacing yourself. That means doing one thing at a time and into completion. That means asking for help when you need it. Okay, not pushing yourself beyond wisdom. Okay, that was a bad problem I used to have. Okay, and I've learned how to listen to my body when it tells me to rest. Okay, I've learned to listen to my body when it comes to tell me to get some rest. Like this morning, I said, I'm just going to rest today. I'm not going to do anything until it was time for me to come up here and spend time with y'all. Okay. But I took that nap. I slept all day, child. Ooh, child, so good. That nap that sleep was good, right? Spent time with the Lord and end up going back to sleep. Okay. And so with that time that you have, you must get some rest. Rest is a part of the assignment. We can't we cannot pour from an empty cup. We can't do that because we loving on others, we giving to others, we supporting others, we doing this, we running here, running there, and at this person event, that person event, and then before you know it, you tired and you just fall out. I've had an experience like that way in life when I used to have in my previous life. And I was going so much. I sat down on the bed one night and I did not wake up till 3 days later. That's how tired I was because I wasn't eating right. Plus, I was using controlled substances at the time, and my body just said, I'm tired. And I sat down and slept for 3 days straight. Okay. And so, number four, we're going to go into reflection helps you recognize growth. Reflection helps you recognize growth. Okay. Before rushing ahead, pause and acknowledge how far you come. Oh my God, I had that yesterday. I had one of them days. I sat and I thought about it. I was like, well, I've had this business for 9 years, and even though it has had its ups and downs, I still have come a long way from being the person I used to be until this moment in time of that day. I realized that talking on a TikTok the other day about how far I have come from where the person I used to be to who I am now. And I was like, I done a good job. I'm doing real good. I'm doing marvelous. And growth isn't always visible in numbers. It's not visible in numbers. It's seen in clarity, confidence, and consistency. I have had in 2025, I'm gonna sit here and tell y'all, a lot of stuff I was doing was for other people this year. A lot of stuff I was doing I put my stuff on pause to satisfy other people this year. And I got sadly disappointed. I got sadly disappointed. But I bounced back. I bounced back from some things that I thought I was helping people with and realized if they didn't want to help themselves, I can't help them either. If they and you giving them the help, you're trying to help them because they asked you, and you're sitting here sacrificing your time and effort to help them, and then they do some shady stuff or they turn on you or they think that you owe them something. And realize this year I had to leave all y'all behind. I had to leave every look. All 2025 taught me a lesson. 20 between I say 2023 to 2025 taught me a lesson that I can't help everybody. That's why my business was stagnant. That's why my business was stopped for a minute. You wouldn't see me for a minute. I couldn't, I wasn't moving. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't visible. I was so busy helping other people, and I forgot all about what I was doing, what I was supposed to be doing. So now that I'm back. This consistency thing. This thing here is like, look, now I'm back in the saddle again, and I'm not getting off the horse this time. I'm gonna just, you just got to get on your own horse. Go and get your own ride or whatever. Do you get in your own lane? Cause I'm learning that. You know, and what has shifted in your mindset since day one? What has shifted in my mindset since day one is I got to keep this thing moving. I have to keep moving and never give up on what God has given me an assignment for. Yes, I God showed me the people, places, and things this year in a very, 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 very visible way for me to understand where I'm at and where I need to go. God showed me a lot of things. God showed me who I need to stay away from, who I need to deal with, who I need the situations, things, people, and places, and things, and some things I had to be delivered from. I'm gonna say it that way. Some things I finally got delivered to understand, delivered from in my mind of this is how people see me, and I'm sorry, but they're stuck in the past, and I can't help them. Okay, so that's what my mind, what shifted in my mindset is I can't, I don't, what has shifted is that I no longer am going to fit into your box. Okay. Number 5 is strong finishes prepare you for next seasons. Strong finishes prepare you for next seasons. Let's break this down. How you finish this season determines how you enter the next one. Okay. I'm finishing strong, long and strong, yo. I'm long and strong. And I realized that strong finishes build credibility, discipline, and readiness for bigger opportunities. And I'm ready. I got some stuff on my plate set for 2026 that um it requires more of me. It requires me to leave things behind. It requires me to step into a different atmosphere when it comes to my business, right? So finish well because someone is watching how you steward this moment. Yes. And I had an eye opener yesterday morning. I'm in a clubhouse group, and I did not realize that people were paying attention to what I do and how I bounce back from those situations I dealt with from 2023 to 2025. I didn't think it was paying attention. I didn't think I mattered. I didn't think what I was doing, But I realized people are paying attention to what I do. People are paying. It might not seem like my children are paying attention, but the people that are grown people, they are paying attention to what I'm doing, and I didn't realize how much I mattered to people. I didn't realize, that what I was doing was making a difference in their lives, and they opened my eyes to see that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, wow. Had me in bawling in tears over here. But I realized what I do has what I do is it matters. My words matter, my actions matter, what I'm doing, people paying attention. And I'm like, wow, oh my God. And I'm finishing well because I know someone is watching. I know someone is watching me. Someone is watching me. We might not even know each other, and this is the conversation that they hear. This is the conversation that they see. This is the person that they see, and you know, I'm gonna tell all y'all, look, keep making it do what you do, cause like I said, you never know who's paying attention to you. Okay, all right. So let's review these five. Faith keeps you anchored when momentum wavers. Focus protects you from distractions. Finishing strong requires intentional energy management. Okay. Reflection helps you recognize growth. And strong finishes prepare you for next seasons. Strong finishes prepare you for next seasons. So as we head into the final days of the 30 days of visibility, remember, faith fuels the journey, focus keeps you aligned, and finishing strong honors the assignment. Okay. Now, if you are ready to structure, you are ready to structure, you are ready to structure, um, ready, you are ready to structure, your visibility with intention and strategy. Please, I invite you to the one-on-one, okay, one-on-one visibility coaching session. Okay, I'm about to put the link in the chat. Okay. Um, and it will also be in the description for this video if you would like to sit down with me to do a one-on-one visibility coaching session. Okay, I hope that I just want to help. I want to be an asset to you this year. I want to be an asset, not a liability. Whenever you doing investments, when you invest in something that you're doing, don't ever think of it as a liability. Think of what you're doing as an investment. Okay. Think of what you're doing as an investment in yourself. Okay. And, you know, small. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars if you do not have it like that. Work it out where you can work it out so you can get little, it one thing at a time. That's what I had to do. Look, I started business, I had no money. Okay, I had nothing. I just started writing a book, and that was it. And then um, I would ask for people to invest in it, and they invest, and that's how I got all my, all my, uh, how I got my money, my fees together for paying for my expenses for my book. But you know, yeah, sometimes you got to start somewhere. Don't be and closed mouth don't get fed. Okay, closed mouth do not get fed. I just want to let you know that. Okay, so don't be scared. Don't be scared to ask people for help. Don't be scared to step out on faith, and don't be scared to step out on faith, and go for what you know. Go for what you know, child, because tomorrow ain't promised us. You see what's going on here. You see what's going on in life, in the economy, what's going on right now. And sometimes you need to just step out on faith and make it do what it do. Okay? You step out on faith, make it do what it do, and you know, let God work. Let God work. Let God work in you. Okay. So like I said, if you would like to have a one-on-one visibility coaching session with me, I am here. I'm here. I'm here. Here's the link so you can sign up for that. And um you can also schedule a free one-on-one meeting with me as well. So these will be in the chat. If you want a free one-on-one, we can sit down and talk about what you need in your business. Okay. Um, and you can also, if you like what you have heard today, please do not hesitate with please do not hesitate with with donating, supporting this vision, because your support goes a long way. It helps me. Your support helps with keeping this program up and running. Okay. Behind the scenes stuff is going on. Where I'm using Riverside, and I'm using Canva and things like that, and your donations go to these investments that keep this broadcast running. Okay, so I want to thank everyone for coming in today, and I love you all, and I will see you for day for day for day for day for day for day. Okay, that is it is. I want to see you for day 29, right? Day 29. We're gonna do day 29. We here on day 28, and 29 is tomorrow. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and run that too. I'm gonna go ahead and give you all for all the rest of the days. Right after this broadcast, they're gonna come right behind each other. Okay, because this is day 28. Okay. And I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. And thank you again for coming out for the 30 days of visibility. My name is Sharice Johnson Moore, and I am your publishing consultant and visibility coach. And I will see you tomorrow.